Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of... Yes, it's me, on my own channel. Fancy that. Oh, okay, this is new. This is a new format that the comments haven't usually appeared in. Have they changed their interface? Let me just check. Yeah, that seems to have updated itself. Well, hello to Gacha Springboy and Josh. Gacha Springboy particularly was the one who I should be surprised is here, not really, you know, myself, considering where we are. So, there you have it. Anyway. Not your average girl, I guess. I don't have a segue for this one this time, because the last video was all about poison. I guess, speaking of spooky things, I suppose. Today was possibly going to be the Halloween compilation Gachas episode, but most of the videos that I actually had planned to review come out on Halloween itself, so I haven't, obviously, got them yet. So, we will see, beforehand. How lovely, gotta love poison. Well, you say that. Last episode was definitely by far the worst of the Not Your Average Girl episodes we've seen so far. I mean, to the point where it got Ghosty to even question why exactly I love this series to begin with when I first watched it. And to some extent, you know, that goes into, like, you know, one of my fears of, you know, having fallen into the same trap that most, like, other people do in the gacha community, where you end up watching something that is just impressive enough to make you, you know, reconsider, or to think that, okay, well, you know, this is like evolved something beyond what I thought was capable, and therefore it is automatically amazing. I still maintain that as far as you know, actual characters' attempts at humor and the story itself being what it was, rather than just being a copycat thing, this was leagues ahead of its time. Although, of course, last episode kind of brought into question how exactly, you know, how it holds up in the modern day. I mean, especially because, I mean, technically speaking, obviously, Midori, what was happening was that he wasn't taking, plot elements from other gacha videos, like other gacha tubers at the time. He was taking them from, anime tropes and things like that, but just end up executing them far better than most other people. So that did get me to question whether or not I fell into the same trap back in the day. That being said, I still vividly remember the ending of this, and I'm pretty sure that to some degree at least, holds up for me. But that being said, I've also said before that that with series, for some reason, a lot of them tend to have the best episodes at the beginning and the end, and the middle is a bit of a dud. Which means that we might be getting another dud episode today, but I actually don't remember. Maybe the last episode was just a fluke, and here we go. Don't we know what it's about? Feels like a day so, but this was one of my yeah, exactly. Well, the better. I know what you meant. It's fine. Also, hello, KW. You got here just in time. I was about to segue into the video. And look, here's the video. I skipped the intro already. If you don't remember last time what happened, oh wow, immediately. Okay, this was not what I was expecting. Well, I say I was not expecting it, because what happened at the last episode was that Kyle confronted his brother Kai and the school president, who had just poisoned Mia in the last episode. That was why it was talking about poison. We didn't see him get stabbed, but we saw him approach with a knife, and I think it was either Mia or Maya, it's hard to tell with their hair down, saw from the balcony very far away, and now is coming to the rescue. I think this is meant to be like the hospital balcony, basically, so it's Mia that's rushing here now. Still probably recovering from the poison, so we'll see how that goes right now, without further ado on the review. Yeah, it's Mia. Kyle? Say something, please. Why is he just... That's a good point, actually. If he's unconscious right now, then he should be, like, falling on the ground, if anything. Possibly convulsing from the shock. Trying to lie down so that he doesn't lose as much blood, potentially. I don't know, anything rather than just, like, slumping there. I don't know much about getting stabbed, as much as I do come from from a nation that has a bit of a knife crime issue in certain areas. I don't know much about it, logistically speaking, because when we learned about it in drama class, we didn't go into the nitty-gritty, let's say. Good grief. I thought Kenobi was saying bye for a second, like, just like, oh, wait, I saw blood, bye, I'm out of here. Alright, I'm leaving. Okay, no, but you were saying there's time for me to get back working on certain Gacha projects I could do working months ago. It's a new update. Okay, fair enough then. So yeah, bye to you in that case, not to KW, who is presumably still here. Why do the comments look different? I don't know. That's a new update. That just happened. I like the difference, actually, because I don't believe I pressed any buttons to make that interface change. I think it's just an automatic thing. Anyway, as I was saying, even I, with a cursory glance, can tell that this does not seem like the way that somebody would act. And if he's unconscious, then his body would have gone limp. So you can't hold yourself up. If that's the case, he would have face planted on the floor potentially. Or if he was driven back with the force, he would have fallen backwards. Anyway, physics. Also, crying on the floor like that is probably not the best idea. Oh, he's smiling. Okay, hold on a second. He has risen again. He has returned to this mortal plane from a brief stint in the underworld. Oh no, now he's out for blood himself. Oh jeez. Okay. See, this is why I was confused, because I saw the word bye, I was like, wait a minute, what? Anyway, blood doesn't bother me anyway, while the cold does. Ah, so the cold did bother you anyway. I had to. It was right there. You care. Kyle, you're not dead? You care, and yes, I do in fact care enough about you to be concerned when you have been stabbed 4 times and seemed to be dead. I will say there is a difference between, not caring about an individual in general and being concerned for their actual safety. Like, there are some people that I am not overly fond of. As much as I try to befriend everyone, there are some people who, unfortunately, not the case. People know who I'm talking about. That being said, if, any harm came to them, I wouldn't be happy about it. That feels like that's a whole different matter. Bit of an interesting worldview there, that somebody can not care if someone got stabbed. I'm this close to joining backwards before the GX session. Do you want to join the back rooms? Do you want to yell at me? I am referencing Frozen songs. It's been too long. I've waited patiently. Raise that button. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gacha News. Today's topic: local high school found passed out and bloodied. That's the vibe from the comments this one's giving me. Yeah, fair enough then. Let me in. Okay, right. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there we go. For some reason I keep looking for, bright yellow for your profile picture, even though that changed a while ago. Still yellow, but not bright anymore. Yeah, typos, hold on. Yeah, local high school. The entire building collapsed on its side, and, just there's, blood seeping through the walls. Oh god, that's horrifying. Halloween, everyone! Anyway, come on, you need to go to the hospital, which happens to be right next door, because that's where I came from. By the way, I think what she's supposed to be wearing is a hospital gown, basically. This was the closest approximation at the time. I'm pretty sure. That being said, I feel like a long t-shirt would have probably done more or less the same effect, but that could just be me. Anyway, KW's here to review the gacha. Okay, hi.
Jacob.
Yes?
I am trying to take a break from you after everything that has been happening. And you decided, because I may or may not be a tiny reference to Frozen, you have to bring me out here.
You're the one who asked to be on the stream. What do you mean I had to bring you here?
You were playing with fire.
I was playing with ice.
I am done. Let live. I am done. I can't even anymore.
Oh my goodness, now I know how Caitlin, you know how Caitlin felt when season 1 of My Streets.
Yes, indeed. I am literally clean right now.
Oh, good grief.
At you.
Yeah. It makes a difference from being Kawaii-chan all the time, I suppose. Fair enough. Oh yeah, apparently in that episode, speaking of Kawaii-chan, apparently Kawaii-chan sang the same song to Caitlyn before Aphmau did. And it got slammed in the face with a door.
God.
So, yeah. That's one of the throwaway lines of the lore.
I decided to get back into MasterChef. Just chilling. And I saw you streaming. I was like, I'll just say hi real quick. And and then you saw the bye thing. I was like, wait, no, I would not be leaving because of blood and everything. And then you're like, oh yeah, and what about you anyway? I'm like, Jacob, don't. And guess what you did? You did the thing where I said don't. So I am here before GX session.
Yes. You didn't follow the conceal don't feel advice. It's been 11 years, okay? The movie's been around for a while. When words aren't enough, the face cam comes out. That's been a while. You could say it's the first time in... I'm not going to finish that. Anyway. Well, technically you're playing with both the theories of true but and having fire powers. Yeah, I remember that when I first watched Frozen, actually, with my brother, at one point he just said to me, like, what if she's fire? Referring to Anna, which obviously never came up. And I was like, well, I mean, I feel like that would... if she had fire powers, that would have, like, emerged by now, I would have thought. Also would have been a very different movie if instead of ice powers, the threat was like burning down the entire castle. Like, that opening scene with the coronation would have gone very differently.
And then they're like, oh hey, guess what? Frozen 2 is coming out, so that means Anna must be getting her fire powers then. No. Maybe we have to wait until like her actual coronation. Hey guys, third time's a charm, right? Because we're getting a third movie.
Okay. Sure, yeah.
For those who are really hoping for having flame powers.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Anyways, back to this. I hope Mia's got some healing powers. Otherwise, this man is toast. Yeah. Fine. As long as you're here, I'll be okay. Dies immediately. Yeah. Why? No. No. Oh wait, I get it. He's using her head to block the stab wounds on his torso, so he doesn't bleed out. Okay. Sure, why not? Why does camera look dark and grim like those noir detective films? I don't. That did happen in Quest of the Rising Sun at one point. I got a curse where I became a 1950s noir detective.
We knew nothing about that. Especially just like, oh, she's gonna reveal her secrets and stuff like that, and she's like,
I mean, that led to a good dramatic scene.
I know, and then like Dr. Mark was like, excuse me, what? Well, here's an explanation. You see, I may or may not want to kill my boyfriend.
Yeah, weren't dating at the time, of course, but yeah. Well, you were assigned to kill him. You never actually didn't want to in the end. Yeah.
But still, he's like, so here's the thing. My feeling may or may not have forced me to want to murder this guy right here. Yeah, awesome news, guys. So, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think that was like the moment that the curse got lifted as well, so I wasn't just like still and stuck in noir detective mode while the serious like dramatic reveal happened. Which I was relieved about actually, because if I had to keep that up, I'd just be like, an actual murderous confession. I never thought it'd be this easy. Something like that. It wouldn't have matched.
Right?
Okay. Anyway, speaking of things that don't match, this scene where a man bleeding to death. The bad side went on his pants instead of going behind them with the rest of his hand. Definitely on another layer, or there's not another layer, and it was done poorly. Oh, well.
Don't smile, please.
Yeah. I got worried for a second when he said that you do care, as if like he was concerned about that. That like, he just like painted himself in blood to see if like Mia would react. But fortunately, that's not what happened. Ooh. Bond slide whistle emerges.
Oh my god.
Oh no, all the blood's rushing to his cheeks. That's keeping him alive right now.
No. He has the orc fever, remember?
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, orc fever helps with stab wounds. Yes, exactly.
I will say that I made him as I go. I just like, what if this is really funny if Hera just did not know what blushing meant?
Yep.
Oh fuck! When I was saying, I'm like, oh wait, I can do something really funny here. Oh my god, Barbara, you have orc fever. What?
Yeah, this is why the whole this is why the yes anding thing comes in for us. This is why I never want to want to reset if it can be at all avoided, because yeah. Oh yeah, no, the blood has definitely moved. Like it's that whole layer has not shifted at all. Anyways, let's go. There you guys are. We were looking everywhere. Where? Looking everywhere? I guess Gomi just hasn't noticed that Kyle is hemorrhaging blood right now. Anyways, hello, quickly. Welcome back. Oh yeah, backing away slowly to get a paramedic, hopefully. Okay. Sha-la-la-la-la-la, final breath, he's gonna bleed to death, you better kiss the boy.
We're just in a Disney stream. This is a Disney stream.
I guess so. That's the theme today, apparently. Was not expecting that, but fair enough. Okay. Hey, I just found Kyle here all brussed up. Bruised up, I don't know. There's meant to be an I in the word bruised, that's why.
No, I didn't know if this is a word or not. I just have to know.
I don't think it is. It's supposed to say bruised, but Midori missed out the I.
Right? Yeah, no, it's not a real word, so
Yeah.
I just had to know because sometimes there are words like you think they're just made up, but they're actually real.
Yeah, well, it's like how I found out that kicker was an official football position yesterday on stream, thanks to Ghost Kitty doing a quick Google search, and then I verified that with our Spanish class today that that is not a thing outside of probably the US. Hey y'all too, huh? I don't know. Welcome.
No, like actually, this is like a really funny thing. So there's this like Minecraft SMP series. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, called Hermitcraft.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
So this YouTuber named Grian, he's really funny. Like I really enjoy a lot of his videos, stuff like that, especially when he.
Yeah, people think I sound like him. I'm aware.
Right. So he came up with this word called troublesome, and and it just became an actual dictionary word. So you can actually look up the definition word of troublesome, what it means. I forgot. Wait, hold on. I have to.
Oh, I was gonna say yes. What does it mean? But yeah, fair enough. Like that can happen. Yeah, that can happen sometimes. Where like you introduce like a new word and it becomes like part of the lexicon. I remember the moment that the word twerk became part of the Oxford Dictionary, and I was like, what are we doing, people?
So basically, it means worth talking about, usually positively.
Okay. So
basically, Jacob, you're very troublesome.
Fair enough then. I'm glad. As are you.
This stream is very troublesome.
That's a relief. I mean, the video itself is definitely very troublesome because I mean that obviously we're here talking about it and discussing it in detail. So yeah, what's that's even going on here? We're learning today. That's what's going on. This is the Oxford Dictionary / Disney special of Gacha Review. It's a guy with a pretty the orange and pink hair. They remember him liking Gurmy. Wait, is that a spoiler? I don't remember actually, so who knows. But I decided to make sure he was okay. Isn't that right, Kyle? Why is she scowling right now? Oh, I thought your camera had frozen for a second. You're just like staring there, like very like, you know, tired and deadpan. Yeah. It's like... yeah, just making sure. Just making sure. Anyway. Yup, 1000%. See, there's nothing going on here. I ship it. You can ship it after they've both healed. One of them's been poisoned, the other one's been stabbed. Get them to hospital beds immediately.
I have questions!
Yep. That girl really is tough. That's not how you spell tough either.
That's like a microflock. I know it is an actual thing, but still, like...
Yeah, in this context, not how you would spell it. Yeah. T-O-U-G-H you would want. Oh, okay, yeah, so, alright. We're just in the middle of, like, a full beanie raid now. Okay, fair enough.
Like, I actually got, so, before I ended my last stream that I did, I got rated by a bunch of Sonic fans, so now I'm, like, really close to 400 subscribers, and I'm just like, guys, can you please show this is just an ordinary live stream? You're like, no, you're a Sonic fan, so we have to sub to you. And I'm just like...
Solidarity. It makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's one of those gift horses you definitely don't want to look in the mouth, for sure. Also, Mia put some close freezing to death, just like how Kyle's bleeding to death. Okay, in all fairness to Mia, she was in the hospital before this and rushed down because she saw that, you know, Kyle had been stabbed. So she wouldn't have like decided to like get changed. Like, can you imagine that scenario where she would just be like, I'm seeing from the balcony here. Yes. Oh my God, Kyle! I'm coming! Help! Wait! And just like rushes over. I remember seeing like a Spanish sketch one time where they're like doing like a Superman parody where someone's falling from like the top of a building and just like down on the ground, like the guy playing Clark Kent just starts like disrobing and then they're trying to like hastily to, like get into the Superman outfit while everyone's watching. You gotta use that super speed eventually, you know.
Someone clip that with Jacob running like.
This is why I like having like a good space behind me, so I can actually sometimes do a little bit of theater, a little bit of theatrics. To quote one of my favorite moments from SpongeBob, from Patrick. Oh, people! I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's enough from the episode where we're running away from okay. So like SpongeBob disappeared, Sandy was freaking out, and like a lot of people from the beginning party were hiding under Patrick's house. And so when Second Cheese and SpongeBob having like this like nice bonding moment and whatever, Patrick just comes back and just see his house is just filled with video people, and he's like, "Who are you all people?"
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that episode, but I can picture it. Yeah. What show is that a quote from? Geez, I wonder. Maybe the one that Ghost Kitty mentioned in the comments.
Oh my God, you can actually see her profile picture so closely. Oh my God, it's so big.
That is true. Yeah, I guess the new interface does kind of help with that. You also see Juan's as well. Not really sure what's going on here. Someone's being like smacked in the face. Jeez. Anyway. Okay. Anyway. All right. Was that for someone? One person just called Beanie's computer as well? Like. What?
Did someone steal his computer?
But yeah, and then made a different account called Beanie's computer rather than Beanie's account. Yeah, sure, why not? Every time that a raid from Beanie Boy's server happens, I get like a DM from Beanie eventually just like apologizing. It's like, I mean, you know, I'm here to embrace the madness, you know, gift horse, like I said. Anyway, for crying out loud, you survived my poison.
Oh no, end of the world as we know it. It's
yeah.
in the world as we know.
How many times do I have to tell you? It was nothing. How about once? Because I don't think we've ever said that to this character before.
They're probably just imagining it. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, no. Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah, because like that's why I was thinking like, yeah, that's why the wow sound was there. Again, anime tropes. It did seem like we were going in that direction.
No.
Does not compute. Does not compute.
I'm done. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. Happy Walking Wednesday. Yeah, I thought Walking Wednesday was like literally an hour today as well.
Oh, I actually had to fix my carpet. Oh no.
I just realized once again, with your face cam, you're wearing your grey Sonic shirt like almost every time.
Are you
You turn face cam. I just noticed that. Oh my goodness, I forgot this character, the one that looks like me.
I was trying not to do this. I wasn't trying to do that on purpose, man.
What Sonic t-shirt? Just rips it off, puts something on immediately. It's like... I just imagine if you kept the cam on but you like moved away and then just see like the Sonic shirt like fly across the screen as you rapidly search for something else off camera.
Wait, no, I have a perfect cover on. Actually.
Just gonna turn it inside out.
What's that shirt? Okay. What's the shirt?
Yeah. Sure, yeah, fair enough, that works.
Yep.
What'd be really fun is that also had a Sonic pattern on it. Wait, hold on, never mind. Anyways, oh yeah, we get my other gutter, you're almost as bad as Aiden, keyword almost. I mean, this is true.
Bad. Aiden's very bad.
Like, I mean, if Aiden saw an attractive man in a hospital gown, with exposed arms, that's it. That's all he needs.
Oh my god, especially when he plays his dog. Like, I cannot tell if he's just playing himself or a dog.
Okay, see, yeah, so, he has told me that, that Doc has, a lot of, like, aspects of himself, which, for the record, is not, like, out of the norm. I will also say that Nathaniel has a lot of me in him as well, because, obviously, the love of music, the occasional craziness, I just add an extra dose of idiots on top of it. But yeah, but with Doc particularly, it seems like Aiden really played into himself, especially because like at the start he was supposed to be like the smart character, and then eventually he just like went so far off the deep end that Aiden was like, nah, I'm just playing myself now. But yeah. Anyway, thanks again, ladies, for coming all the way here. Oh, this music is interesting. Alright. You can unpack your things out there.
Oops, hold on, I got a scorpion. Give me a minute.
Okay. Actually, we have our managers do that.
Oh, okay, session is about to start in the field, so I have to actually go, sadly.
Okay, fair enough. Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
Alright. Don't get sent to the Shadow Realm. Alright. Okay. Oh, why, of course. I'll get a student to take you on a tour. We have our managers to do that, our tour guides. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Trunks. Oh, okay. I forgot that they stock sound effects occasionally. Alright, so I guess Mia's recovered, and hopefully Kyle has as well. And he didn't have to I guess I hope he didn't have to like go home after he got discharged and immediately like be in the same area as the person that stabbed him. Because I assume that unless like Kai lives somewhere else, maybe. What's up with those two? Okay, yeah, I guess Kyle's fine. He's alright, he's okay. I'm more concerned about what's happening with Chico on the ground there. Like, why does he have like a dummy in his mouth. Like, what's that about? Didn't you hear? T and L is here. I thought if you were T and L are here, because there's more than one. It's T and L, but okay. Oh, T and L. What's T and L? It's Teddy and Luna, the pop star queens. They've had 10 platinum singles. Honestly, that is outstanding. 10 platinum singles is almost unheard of. That explains a lot. In fact, 10 platinum singles being almost unheard of probably means that you'd at least have heard of them by osmosis, most likely. But there you go. Sometimes people do live under a rock. And sometimes they share that rock with Patrick. You never know. Calling out the TNOs with you girls are talking, Mr. Trunks. Well, I mean, yes, because remember, Teddy and Luna, the one that was talking before, was named Teddy. So, yeah, it's definitely them. That was the setup there. I guess that was meant to be a mystery. What is a mystery, however, is what they're exactly doing there. Although I suppose ultimately because, like I said before in the description, that maybe we're returning to like the band plot now, like the project. Now that we've dealt with the whole, Poison and class president and Yakuza arc, essentially. Like, we might be returning to that lingering plot point from a couple episodes ago, maybe. And I guess having their icons show up would be a chance to either impress them or to get some inspiration. I don't know, bardic inspiration. I'm kidding. Anyway. Wait, why do you know so much about them? Because they have 10... That's not so much about them. That just, like... the only detail that has been revealed so far is that we have 10 platinum singles. And I think in order for something to go platinum, I think it has to sell like 10 million units. So that's 100 million total sales of those different things. And that probably means that, again, you have a certain amount of fame and notoriety, dare I suggest. So that's not really a case of like, oh yeah, you're revealing like all the intimate details or something. It's not like, oh, I've memorized, Adrian's schedule for the next 3 years or something. Like, no, we haven't gone off the deep end yet. Anyway, I have my reasons. Yes, the reason being they're famous. Hey Mia, Mr. Trunks wanted to see you. Okay. Hey Kiana, how come you're not drooling over TNL? I don't know, maybe she also had never heard of this very famous group. Anyway, sorry, I was reading the chat debating whether or not to put that like on the screen or not. Pretty sure like the first definition of like the most recent common ghost kid he said was scram, but maybe I'm wrong there. Anyway, I'm not into pop stuff. Seems girly. I think this is before the term girly pop existed. It seems girly. Anyway. But also I will say, pop is for everyone. Anyways, thank you so much for being our tour guide. Me and Luna, we're really looking forward to being here. Okay, sure. Also gotta point out, typical for the time, heterochromia. Also, I'm not sure about how many, like, hybrid characters we've seen so far, so, the introduction of a bunny girl here, I guess, is, I think that's, like, a new addition for this series. But I do appreciate that the human ears on the Gacha model are hidden, so we don't have to question whether or not she has 4 ears. Very nice. My older sister used to come here and tell me stories about this place. I'm guessing maybe Teddy and Luna might have had an entire life of being in the music industry and therefore had like private tutoring essentially. That's a very commonplace thing. But yeah, as for now I think about that, there's never been like a story about a private tutor of like a bunch of famous kids. I suppose that's a nice story idea. Um, what was I saying? Oh yes. So maybe that's why she never actually got to go to this school herself. Then again, sometimes people like to send their siblings to different schools so they're not in the way of each other. That's sometimes the case. But ultimately, actually, most schools offer sibling discounts, so that's nearly discontinued practice. But you never know. Pretty sure Taylor's maybe using the preset Yukina because of that specific hairstyle. Maybe, although yeah, I guess hopefully the hairstyle when you use presets would be the first thing to change, ultimately speaking. But sometimes that's not the case. Anyway, we hope you won't be interrupting any. Don't worry, you'll be safe with me. Wow, she just like squished into oblivion there for a second. That's got that. I think that's meant to be like a squash and stretch, but that was a lot of squash and not too much stretch. I once saw a tutorial of how to do squash and stretch in Gacha, and I was like, I mean, that seems interesting, but ultimately, if I started doing that randomly, it'd probably be a bit distracting, and also it would take forever. So, yeah, decided not to. I'll make sure nobody bothers you. I like we've had Security Mia, but also we've had Inspector Chico. and honestly, this is one of like the more charming elements. Like some things in this where like the absurd comedy levels. One thing I do actually like is the stuff like Inspector Chico and Security Mia, where it's like they have like different random forms. That just kind of like, again, it's one of the things that like makes the stand up rather than like having like meme humor that's gonna like date the video, obviously, like the whole like Sans thing from last episode that like added nothing on the lengthy Pokemon battle. Now we're going back to, okay, we have like a few non sequiturs in here that are honestly, quite typical in anime and actually help to reinforce that. Again, something that I don't think I've actually seen since this video, let alone before it. Security me, I remember this bit. I do like the fact that somebody else has actually watched this series and it wasn't just me. Oh. Look, it's Teddy and Luna! Oh, now I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, okay, this is where, once again, Mia resorting to violence immediately. Not so funny for me, but okay. She's starstruck right now, she's not thinking. Whatever, sure, okay. Right this way! The same way that I just sent a person flying. That's not gonna come back to backfire at all. Okay, appreciate the sound effects and the inserted props. And the characters doing multiple different things. Oh, okay, I guess it's weird how they've got like two like dolls, I guess, of the people who are just showing up. Probably in their same outfits, but okay. Well, I goes over the talking grim most instead of a attended noir film as the still colourful hair. I was put in charge of a mission to save the president. I don't think this particular style and earpiece and whatever was adopted until later than the 1950s. But regardless of the anachronisms, I had a job to do and a case to crack. Anyway. What you doing up there, Gurmy? Just clean the curtains. I thought it was just getting like the bauble that's at the top there, which, by the way, I believe is like this is not the stage that was in Gacha Life, because obviously I used that for the play in Muse and Girl. Bingo for Bon, I suppose, because I'm the only person here now. So I guess this was. I know that the next episode is actually the Christmas special, which means we'll probably be like holding off on this for a little bit longer, just so we can get into the season, let's say. From this point onwards. But yeah, I guess now they're just sort of making preparations, to which I can say, no Christmas, it's too soon. No Christmas yet. I'm actually not sure when this, what month this video was uploaded, and I don't think I've left it on the screen, so we'll just have to pretend. Anyway, then what's going to happen, Jordan's going to catch Gomi, I mean, she is standing very precariously on that ladder on with 1 foot. That is like the worst ladder technique of all time. And usually if you're operating a ladder, you want someone down, like below you anyway to help you out in case you do fall. So yeah, Gurmi is 100% going to fall right now. In fact, she seems to be even like floating slightly anyway already. To which I say the decision would have been to resize the ladder rather than to, move Gurmi because you might be on the same place as everyone else. Need any help? I'm good, but thank you. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo, not looking what I'm doing. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo, not focusing on my center of gravity. Do-dee-doo-dee-doo, I'm reaching from the middle rung, despite the fact that I could just climb up it, because it is in fact a ladder. And now she falls. Okay, interesting. So I thought because of the way she was balancing, she was going to fall backwards. Because that way, Jordan would have less time to run. It'd be him that would catch her, rather than, I guess, random person staring at a rubber duck, not really paying attention at all right now. What even is that task, actually? Cleaning curtains, sorting out boxes and equipment, staring at duck. Okay. Oh, it's December 10th. All right, fine. Also, what a slow fall. Oh, okay, fine. Carl got there first because, yeah, of course. I guess that, what a twist. I guess Carl was there the whole time. Also interesting now how, like, the shot's been out of focus that, I think that's one technique I never actually use. Because very easily you could actually have put, like, Jordan, I guess not really, actually. You could have, because they all have to be green screens. It's like a custom background. But this must mean that the background over by a duck staring person, who is also an animal hybrid, I forgot to mention that, that's pre-rendered, and then that was taken out of focus deliberately to draw our attention. It's interesting because in animation, I'm always intrigued by the way that like focus will be like drawn away or blurred, because they do that in live action because of the way that the human brain focuses on like all details in a scene and like trying to emphasize like, okay, this is where you're supposed to look in this given shot. But with animation, I'm not sure if that's as much of a standard thing because ultimately, I don't know how that really accounts for that. I mean, I guess because most of the backgrounds aren't like so detailed in animation anyway. If you go back far enough, again, I remember watching Danny Phantom with Ghosty particularly. But yeah. What was I gonna say? But it does show a level of like emphasis and detail and actual look into the technical aspects of video production from Midori. Again, long past the days of Green Knight by this stage, despite the fact that Green Knight appeared in the last episode and during the Pokemon battle. But whatever. Anyways, what a twist! Kyle's here. Jeez, you gotta be more careful. He's not wrong. That's the smartest thing anyone has said this entire video. Sorry, I'm so clumsy. Just think how Mia would feel if you got hurt. Yeah, I don't care if you get hurt, but think about how Mia would feel. Who's not even here right now. Yeah, that wouldn't turn. Why did the sound fade? Did we get to like the end of the stock sound and then it fades up again? Because if so, instead of like stretching out in the timeline, I definitely would have like spliced them together to make sure you can fade into the other. Because people aren't focusing on like what the characters are saying, because obviously it's like random chatter. So I don't know. And back in Gacha 1, Ducky, ducky, I love my ducky. And back in Gacha 2, putting away plushies. Lemon, quick with rubber ducks. Oh, why must you be so sour? You gotta summon KW back with talk like that. She's gonna be in the middle of a GX scene and tells you like, my senses, I am compelled to critique the bad pun. I don't know. Yeah, that wouldn't turn out well. Yeah, I've had enough people, going to the hospital recently. Or maybe not, maybe just stayed in the streets. Oh, speaking of SpongeBob, okay. I hope this doesn't get the video copyright claimed. Actually, on the off chance, I'm just gonna mute it anyway. What are you doing here, Dad? Oh, we meet Chico Senior now. Hey, son. You must be here for the show. You're so smart. Well, I am an inspector, don't you know? I get it from my dad. These seem like the typical, you know, dad and lad duo that, like, the mum would just be, like, incredibly, like, good grief, if these two are just the silliest. I don't know, what's, are they making sound right now? Oh, okay, they are. Okay, so they're just saying Squidward repeatedly, because I guess this is, that's their way of establishing they are, in fact, not very smart, is having Patrick just repeat the same word over and over again. Sure, okay. Tommy? Hello? Did I summon you by mentioning the Green Knight again? What is... Huh? Okay, I guess we're, you know, doing this again. Okay, now I have to see what the sound is. Okay, that's our first random non sequitur comedic moment there that I don't think actually works. I don't know what was the aim of that necessarily, because it was just not just to introduce Chico Senior. Don't really know. Okay. And yeah, I thought you named the lemon because of bright color hair. You do that all the time. It's like, okay, this is the aspect of your design. I'm going to call you random thing that people know about the design. Anyway. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being patient. We will now have TNL's performance. Why are you in the middle of like a newsroom? Surely, why are you not on the stage, actually? Because that was the point, wasn't it? To have, like, you just like leave the stage and then they can come in, like the curtain gets drawn or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to really hope that this isn't copyright claim, because I think we might have to actually pay attention to this, maybe. I might mute this audio, by the way. Maybe that's what I'll do. Okay, yep, first thing already. Why have we got a solo song for a duet performance? Because it sounds like they're both singing the lines on the exact same vocalist. I don't know, maybe this will become a duet at some point. Maybe there'll be like harmonies that they'll both do, but it kind of sounds like a solo song. I'm not really sure. The mouth. The mouth, why? Why not just keep the moving mouths you already have in the series? Why do you have to go like... That doesn't help you in this case. Oh, I guess so that you can like do the sound like... Okay, fine. But ultimately, if you do like that line, that note, it's like... Like, I don't think I move my mouth that much at all if I do it that way. If I go like... Like that makes the sound very different. That's... Most of the time when you have a sustained sound, I guess, or like, you know, then even if you vary the notes and such, it doesn't change that much. In fact, Teddy has got that correct, it seems. So I don't know what's up with Luna right now. And of course, the mouth is not even attached. Okay, so maybe... Oh, now they both got it. Okay. Their heads are moving up and down with the idle animation of Gacha life, but the mouths are staying like just like randomly there. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was a harmony. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I guess they have a DJ as well. That, I mean, sure, fine. They might have come with like their band and set and whatever, but then and that's a setup because so that's why they weren't at the tour. You'd have thought that you'd see them in the room setting up, but okay. Anyway, dun 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 dun. Chico Jr.'s not singing so of Jordan and Gurmy, and Mia is so horrified with the thrusting Kyle is doing, which is fair, honestly. I don't know why that's even a thing. And now Tomi is also still here. What's the canonicity of this? Also, who is that in the right-hand side? I don't recognize you. I've forgotten about these characters as well. I think they're from the Fall Over the Monster series, and I just don't remember them. This just really is like a series of like callbacks to Midori's history that I guess I couldn't appreciate the first time. And now we have the actual performers who are lit differently to everyone else, because I guess they're the ones under the stage lights. Okay, interesting detail. Right, what? I think this is like the same thing where like Mia was chasing somebody in like the intro. There's the same animation, I think. Which that's how you know it's like based off anime, reused animation. very authentic. Okay, this is interesting. So now they're not singing, but the lyrics are still continuing. But yeah, this is like a live performance. Normally with music videos, I'm like, okay, fine. Well, maybe this is like not meant to be a live segment or something. This is just like artistic expression. But no, this is a live performance. So they just stop singing now. I guess revealing their Milli Vanilli type selves, I suppose. And and now they good grief. And now they're throwing chairs at one another. Is that even what the song was like suggesting in this? Like, I don't really know. Hold on. Also, I think I randomly saw like a frame there. You saw that pause frame, right? That I scrolled back to, where I am. Oh, I can't. There it is. I think we've discovered a secret mistake. I believe we have unearthed an animation error that was not meant to be seen. Ooh. Also, now noticing that that's with Luna's like skirt, like I don't know, not tassels, frills, whatever they're called, are transparent. I didn't notice that before. Okay, yeah, green screen caught in 4K. Yeah, well, the stream's 1080p, but yes, it's close enough. Oh, break something. Okay. Oh, I guess they got community service because they were discovered dealing with the Yakuza, maybe? Or I guess as the student council, it's just like their duty to clean while the performance is going on. I think this is like meant to be a different room or something. That's why the sound is filtered now, which again, I appreciate having the know-how and foresight to muffle the sound. And yes, now they're harmonizing consistently. I would have had like one of them singing like the opening and then like have the other one come in with the harmonies potentially. You know, ABBA style almost. Anyway. How come they get to have all the fun? I swear he must be cursed. I mean, you did deal with Yakuza, so that's your problem. I'm gonna name the DJ Pink because it was signed by. I feel like the DJ's whole outfit is pink. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know if Pink, the musical artist, with an exclamation mark, is different. Yeah, is the Obi guy? Yes, indeed. Oh, that's right. I gave him this voice because everyone can Obi. Yes, I forgot. I swear he must be cursed. Welcome to the club, kid. Was that our janitor character from the chat? Okay, now we're back in this frame here. Okay, so the floor has been like lined with like there's like chrome lights, something you get in like performances. What is this school's budget for this concert? I mean, geez. I will say, you know, that my secondary school, we got like a few. I think we got like a band gig or something where like they played like either like some cover songs while their own actually, and but also it was paired up with an assembly about drugs actually. And about like how to and something about like recognizing them whenever you don't like know particular terms. Like for example, I didn't know that ecstasy was also called disco biscuits. So actually, I learned something from that assembly, and that became a meme in the school. Where everyone was going like, "Oh yes, hey, you want to have some of those disco biscuits?" No one had them. It was just like the running joke in the school for like the week after. That's what tends to happen in those situations. When the school tries to educate you via assembly, and then you just like get the wrong message from it. Apparently, people really liked that band. Actually, they were called Concept. That was the name of the band. I'll reveal that because like they're actually they have like a social media presence or something. And people tried to actually like look them up because when a when a band comes to your school, you're gonna get some interest from some of the students, particularly the female ones. It must be said, which I guess is reflected in this video. It is a true to life event, I suppose. Also, I guess that also probably a fairly like much more Western thing. I don't remember too many like touring bands or something coming into like particular schools or like the fan culture surrounding them being like an emphasis in a lot of anime, K-dramas potentially, but I don't know. Then again, I haven't seen too many like of the animes in the idol genre, so maybe that's showing like my bias. Although I'm just saying like it could be like an alliance of Western and Eastern influences, which usually ends up generating some more fascinating results as a byproduct. Imposter! I'm not imposter, I'm the original. No, shut up! You're both old mans. We are not old. the layers they just keep adding. Yep, they have the changing lights. This school has way too much budget. If anything, the janitor is like Robert's father or grandfather. I was a janitor like my father before me, and his father before him. I come from a long, proud line of school janitors. Now, that was the BEST. Yeah, it was alright. Hey, you were enjoying yourself, Kyle. Come on. We saw that thrusting from earlier. Oh, right. Why you gotta hate on TNL like that? That's not hate. Come on. Come on, Mia. Also, he's just playing coy. He enjoyed himself. He had a good time. Yeah, you can tell. Because I know our group will be better. And then they're both like, oh yeah, we're in a group! We haven't rehearsed in like 2 episodes! You have a point there. I do remember actually that a show that's very popular here is one called Doraemon, actually. Again, it's an anime that has been running consistently since, this version has been running since 2005, the one that's like still airing today. But another one had aired from like 1979 to 2005, and then another one from 1972. So again, very very long history. But one thing is that there's an idol that's called Tsubasa that like all of the main kids are fans of, except for the one kid who was an aspiring singer. And him he views Tsubasa as his rival rather than I guess someone to take inspiration from. So yeah, it's one of the interesting things, I guess, that when you aspire to be like a particular person, you eventually realize that if you get to that stage where you are in the same interest, then they become competition. Which, now that I say that out loud, that's a good story idea, actually. Potentially like a band that breaks into the music industry, meets their icons, but then realizes they have to actually compete for stage time and what or like maybe like the two leads as well, like the one aspiring person, the one like but that's like a Mozart and Salieri situation almost. Except for Mozart wasn't really like a huge fan of Salieri, I don't think, beforehand. Yeah, that's an idea. That is certainly an idea. We're gonna be the BEST. Wow, the snow just like... Okay, I see what Midori was trying to do. He was trying to like lower the snow down because it's just starting to fall, right? So if you have like a consistent like, you know, snow effect thing, you want to like descend it so that it doesn't seem like the snow just like appeared on screen. It's like boom, snow. However, the problem is that this particular version, it doesn't start off with the snow beginning to fall. You can find versions where it does actually, where the snow starts to fall. Because I say that because if you look at the way this is doing, if you look at the way this is falling now, watch where like the line is. It's falling down, but it's clipping because the end of the layer is there. It's clipping rather than falling to like the ground and disappearing that way, which would be like how the immersion would work. Yeah. Oh, is that broom not broken yet? It was once a witch's broom and has been infused with magic. Nerd. And yet you love me. Shut up! There you go. The clown and the janitor. Wait, that's an anime title right there. Clown X Janitor. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? What do you know? It's snowing. Snow! 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 You know, I just realized something. Whenever Gomi is not on screen, Mia is the one who becomes like the like the super excitable, you know, like over the top joyful character. But when Gomi's around, Mia has like Shadowline in the middle. And when Kyle's not on screen, Mia's the one who is who mellows out Gomi, rather than Kyle being one to mellow out Mia or Gomi if they're around. It's sort of like it reminds me of the you know that typical like maths problem we have where you have like the wolf, the sheep, and the grain, and if you leave like, you know, the sheep and if you like move them over to the side, you can only take two at a time. So if you leave the sheep and the grain on one side, then you of the river, then the sheep will eat the grain, or like the wolf will eat the sheep, and you have to try to like, you know, establish that. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that almost, where the sheep sort of like balances out between the two, almost. Maybe that's why she's not your average girl, because she adapts her personality to suit whatever like levels the two of them require in that moment. Or perhaps that's something that Midori just didn't actually notice, that like, okay, this is how the interactions are going in this series. You know, as a writer, maybe Midori's just accustomed to like having like, okay, we'll have like, you know, the crazy character being milled up by like the serious character, and who matches that description the most in that in that particular dual setup. Maybe that was it, and that's why Mia is sort of in the middle. But I've never noticed that before. It's an interesting idea, in universe and out of universe too. Need to make my list. Oh, I guess she's left behind. I don't know what that is, and I hesitate to hazard a guess. List? You didn't know? Mia believes in Santa Claus. Well, I mean, yeah, he didn't know because it never came up in conversation before. Remember, Kyle and Mia have just met. This is not... In fact, I think Gomi also just met them, right? That doesn't mean anything. Okay, what on earth is that face for? What's the point? Maybe it's like a Dr. Slump reference or something? It could be actually, you know, with the big old pile of poop. Dr. Slump had a lot of moments like that where Arale was just like tried to like poke one of them like on the ground or something, and also weird facial expressions too, particularly on Senbei. So maybe that's why. Anyway, I learned something new about her every day. Why is Gomi's head floating that way? Okay, without sound effects, I'm not sure what I'm like supposed to like take away from that. Like, is she like, you know, fangirling over the fact that Kyle is fascinated by Mia in this case, or I don't know, she's just having like a stroke brought on by the cold. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess on that bombshell of Mia believing in Santa Claus, we have the setup for the next episode where she's making her list. Not a bad transition. I guess I've just talked about Toriyama, so way to tie one arc into the next, at least this time. Because in this episode, ultimately, like the whole like stab wound thing and whatever, that was like wrapped up very quickly from last episode. In fact, Kai doesn't seem to have like even shown up again. I guess we have like the aftermath of that for like the council, if they seem to have been like actually punished. Also, I guess the president's reaction and now his potential budding crush on Mia, because I mean, any woman that survives poison, that's get you a girl that can survive being poisoned by you. That's the ultimate takeaway from that line, I suppose. But yeah, like I was saying, that part didn't like match the rest of it. I don't think that arc was transitioned into. But this next one, actually, kind of in a sense, because we have the hints of the Christmas season arriving. Then we had the snow being the giveaway here, and next episode we're going to go into probably like the actual list itself and Mia's beliefs in Santa Claus. And I guess that's the exception to Mia being like the bombastic and childlike one, because again, you can't have that. It's not going to be like an always situation. Just like a random writing observation I found that's like, okay, this is like more often than not this ends up being the case. So honestly, the only real issue that I have with this episode is the beginning part where we were talking about like the whole like bleeding to death and whatnot. Like I get trying to make like a wholesome moment out of taking care of somebody, but you didn't have to do it like in the middle of the street. Mia could have definitely called one of the paramedics or nurses or anyone that was like nearby to help Kyle in, and then I'm not sure if they would have been put in like the same ward, because obviously I feel like stab wounds and poison are two different departments of a hospital, I believe. I'm not a doctor, but that sounds like the plausible situation. But I mean, if she's able to roam eventually, then she can come check on him in like another moment or something when he's like a bit more recovered, and maybe that way she would have a more of a chance, like that lean on him and rest on him or something when he's had a little bit of time to heal potentially, rather than like when he's just been stabbed. It's like, yeah, they put more pressure on that. Putting pressure on wounds is a good idea, but not when like the intent is to just like pressure a whole head to somebody and just like make them relax, and you still have two exposed wounds on the side of the body that are not being attended to. But yeah, the taking care of somebody is a classic, anime trope as well. It just doesn't. It just wasn't, I guess, indulged here. Even though it could have been actually. Honestly, the setup for this episode could have been Mia and Kyle taking care of each other, because ultimately, I guess Teddy and Luna, as much as security Mia was a fantastic bit, and I will stand by that. It didn't really serve too much of a purpose, I don't think, other than I guess kind of lay the groundworks for how live music performances could be dealt with in Gacha, because again, I think this might have been like the first concert of its particular nature, because there were concerts that were done in like other Gacha videos before this, but they tended to like linger on the stage rather than like going to like the reactions of people or how they would interact beforehand. And then of course there was the the pairing up with actual with like visuals from like the series or like from flashbacks of the episodes or whatever, Wing style, let's say, or Music Freaks. Again, do any of the visuals are like new or they're already existing. So yeah, I guess like ultimately, I mean, if because I say that, not saying because I don't like Teddy and Luna, because I'm thinking that the idea was to get to the Christmas special in some sort of way, right? Potentially like taking care of each other in the hospital with like a good like Kyle and Mia, honestly like bonding episode, just like with the pair of them. You know how some shows will at some point make an entire episode that focuses around like two characters. The famous Brian and Stewie example from Family Guy is it comes to mind immediately, but there are other examples too where it's just two people, and you get like a lot more depth from that layout of not only their dynamic or their relationship as people, but also just like what makes them tick, what what aspects of them we haven't fully revealed yet. Honestly, as much as I complain about the fact that in our D&D group we tend to split the party a lot of the time, it does lead to some great moments of the characters being allowed to be like alone with each other and actually further ahead some stuff to do with them. It really does it really does help in that case. And that's the only reason I would say cut Teddy and Luna, or like change this plot. That's the only reason I would advocate that, because it seems like that really was on a time crunch. Because otherwise, you could have easily done like, okay, take care of somebody in the hospital, and then it just so happens that next episode, okay, fine, we got like a live performance. We'll go back to like the band stuff. That's the only thing for me. Maybe that's why the transition was so awkward, because there was those plot points that I didn't want to hit, but didn't have the time to do so. I will say, as somebody who took 3 years to release a Christmas special, around the actual time of the holiday, I can understand that. I can understand why that decision was made, if it was indeed made. This is me speculating. Because also, I guess you could have like the hospital scene where they recover and then it turns out they're snowing outside when they leave, potentially. That's also a possibility too. So yeah, I mean, so this is a case of like, okay, well, there's the ways that we could have done this in a different way, but the way that was done here, apart from the beginning portion, apart from like the first 2 scenes, a pretty solid, fix to a very terrible 4th episode, and now we get, honestly, a pretty good 5th. So I feel vindicated. My fears have been somewhat quelled as far as Not Your Average Girl in general. It still has those things to offer that I definitely seek for, and to be honest, without so many terrible invasive memes, this one holds up a lot more in the current day and age, and that's what we look for. So there you go. J.C. Roberts' story. Oh, you have that for it's Tricks and Drinks. I was fine making it through to Robert hooked up at one point or another. They're about the same age, of high school together. Okay. I think that's what recently the story takes their place. Oh yeah. A bit more of the story. Nobody wrote the Okay, well, good luck with that. And yeah, I guess good luck to me once we get back to this one, the Christmas special. Again, I'll probably do it like early December potentially, so we don't have to wait for too long. But yeah, feels like still Halloween time. It's officially Halloween now for me. So happy Halloween to anyone on my time zone, and to everyone else, no Christmas. It's too soon. Not yet. But please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell. Victory is mine!